Welcome. In this video I'll show you how you can manage your contacts in Hubspot. Now you can do a few different things with your contacts and I'll show you all of these features now. So the first you want to do is to click on contacts and then on contacts again. Then you'll be redirected to your contacts list. So first of all, you can delete contacts. As you may know, you will just select the contacts that you would like to delete, click on delete, and then you will need to type in the number of the records you would like to delete, which is 5. And then you can see 5 contacts were deleted. So you can also assign contacts. So for example, you can assign this to yourself. And then if you click on my contacts, you can basically see you will not see anything because the changes have not been saved. So we will need to save the changes first. And then you can go to my contacts. We will need to refresh that page. And you can see the contact shows up that we have assigned to ourselves. So that's how you can delete and assign contacts. If you want to import contacts, you can also do that as well. So you will click on import, and here you can either sync your Hubspot with other apps, or you can import it from a file. For example, you can see I have already imported a few things in the past. So I'll click start and import from file from computer. I'll click next, then on file. So this is just one file that we want to import and only one object. You can also import more things than just contacts. You could also import companies, for example, from one CSV file. And so that's why it's asking, but in this case, it's just contacts. So we'll select one object and we'll click on next. You will be asked where you would like to import this. In this case, we want to import it into our contacts. So we'll click on next, and here we can choose a file. Now I've chosen this CSV file. If you now click create and update contacts, it will basically delete duplicates and add in new contacts from that CSV file. Then we'll need to select the language, which is probably English. Then we'll click on next, and here you can see the names and the emails that are being imported. Now my CSV file only contains names and emails, and so that's why it only shows the names and emails here. If this is not mapped, so if a check mark is not shown here, you will need to basically select the column where you would like to add this information into. So in this case it could be name, and here first name, and so then the check mark should appear. So that's really important. Then you'll click on next, and here you can select the import name. So how do you want to call this? We could call this test1.csv, and then you will need to agree that this list is not was not purchased, was not rented or appended. So we'll click on finish import, and you can see the import is being processed. That takes a while, and then you can see the imported rows and imported records. So if you now go back to contacts, you can basically see all of these contacts have been imported. And one really cool feature, if you want to send emails in bulk, I've made a separate tutorial about that. You can watch it in the top right corner. However, if you want to send emails in bulk, you can create lists. So we'll click on contacts and lists. Here you can create lists from your contacts. So I'll basically just close this tool, and here we can either import or create a new list. You can see each imported contacts are a list by themselves. So we have all of the imported contacts are a list basically, but if we want to create a new list, we can basically give this a name. For example, we could call this list 123. This will be an active list, so this list will update automatically over time. Or you could also choose a static list, so this would basically mean nothing would update automatically. You would have to change this list manually. So we will click on next, and here you can add filters. So we want to filter for all the contacts that have a similar name, so we'll click on contact properties, and here we will select name, and you can see we'll choose first name, and here we will choose contains or starts with. So starts with M, for example. We have selected M, so now it is updating the list preview, so that takes a few seconds. And now we can see here all the contacts that start with M. So the column name starts with M, and these are the only 2 contacts that we have right here. And you could also add and or statements. So do you want to apply this filter and a second filter, or do you want to apply this filter or a second filter? So this could mean all people that start with M or with L, or you could add the and statement. So this would mean all contacts that start with the letter M and are a part of the company XYZ. And so you can basically add filters in here. we will save the list here, and then you can see it does not show up here, so we will need to refresh that page, and here the list shows. So the list size is 2 because only 2 contacts match our criteria. And so you can add lists in here, and you can send emails to those lists when you're creating new emails. And so that's pretty much everything you need to know about managing contacts. If this video was helpful, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.